Following Russia's ongoing illegal invasion of Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin and his cronies have been hit with a wave of sanctions aimed at destabilizing their country's economy. In response, Putin has implemented his own sanctions, which have gone some way to highlighting the petulance of the man, which includes Russian collaboration with NASA. Stay with us, as today we're discussing the shock news of Russia ending its collaboration with NASA on the International Space Station. First up, let's get straight into it. So, as we know, Russia has been hit with a ton of sanctions recently in response to their war criminal leader invading Ukraine. And now the country has decided to end its involvement with Western countries over the ISS until the sanctions are lifted. But they might be waiting for a while. The country's space director said over the weekend that the ex-communist state will only restore normal ties once sanctions are lifted. He correctly noted that the sanctions were designed to kill the Russian economy and plunge our people into despair and hunger to get our country on its knees. I mean, what does he expect? His country is involved in an illegal war and is accused of war crimes every single day. Space Director Dmitry Rogozin went on to claim that the West's intentions are clear, but they won't succeed. But judging on the Russian military's poor performance in Ukraine so far, Rogozin's comments seem wide of the mark. He went on to explain that he believes normal relationships can only resume between the partners with full and unconditional removal of illegal sanctions. It beggars belief that these people have been so successful in the space industry, while simultaneously being so delusional. If Rogozin thinks the West will lift sanctions just because Russia has pulled out of the ISS, then he is very, very wrong. It's obvious these sanctions are hurting Russia, and his comments only serve to highlight this. What have you made of Russia ending its collaboration with NASA? So when will this come into effect? Let's see. Of course, the International Space Station is currently home to 2 Russian cosmonauts, as well as their 3 NASA counterparts, so relationships are not going to end abruptly, as Russia needs to remove its cosmonauts first. And of course, there needs to be at least a little bit of collaboration for this mission to be successful. Rogozin claimed that there would be an announcement shortly as to when cooperation with the US, Canada, UK, and Japan will end, after previously saying sanctions could destroy the US-Russia partnership. It seems as though Rogozin expects people to feel sympathy for the Russians, but of course, it's difficult to feel sorry. For a nation, Moscow has continually refused to call what their military are currently engaged in a war, choosing to refer to the mass murder of civilians as a special military operation. And whilst they are still occupying the country illegally, there will be absolutely zero chance of the space relations powering up again. And whilst all this tension has been ramping up, a US astronaut and 2 Russian cosmonauts successfully touched down in Kazakhstan last week after leaving the space station. Of course, Russia has moved to distance itself from the West, but the European Space Agency has done the same with Roscosmos, the Russian government space department. So expect to see complete withdrawal sooner rather than later. Next up, Russia has denied their cosmonauts wore yellow and blue suits in support of Ukraine. Stay tuned. In another act of delusion, a Russian government spokesperson has this week denied that Russian cosmonauts donned yellow and blue spacesuits in solidarity with the country their motherland is currently attacking. The 3 cosmonauts were pictured clearly wearing the suits, but of course, this was all pre-planned. Hilarious. Russia dismissed the idea that the cosmonauts had gone against their government, claiming that each spaceman picked the colors about 6 months before they launched. In a further nonsensical claim, the spokesman added that all 3 attended Bauman Moscow State Technical University, and the yellow and blue just happens to be the colors of their alma mater. Russia put out a statement on its own space telegram channel saying there is no need to look for any hidden signs or symbols in our uniform. A color is simply a color. It is not in any way connected to Ukraine. Otherwise, we would have to recognize its rights to the yellow sun in the blue sky. Of course, if it were the case that the cosmonauts had chosen the suits 6 months prior, the government would have known about this and realized the connotations almost immediately and would certainly have banned their cosmonauts from wearing them, which suggests they might have been supplied by the other astronauts on the ISS. Rogozin, clearly panicking, went as far to tweet a picture of the university's coat of arms, again trying to justify their cosmonauts' choice to support freedom. What did you make of the pictures? Let us know. We're talking about the impending death of the ISS now. Stick around. In what can best be described as a sad day for international space relations, the ISS will cease to exist within the next decade. It will continue in its role until 2030, before plummeting back to Earth soon after, where it will lay its weary head to rest at the bottom of the Pacific, just in case humans hadn't messed the ocean up enough. Having first launched back in 1998, the ISS will have been in use for over 3 decades once its service comes to an end and will be deorbited in January 2031. It will then make a speedy descent back towards Earth before splashing down at Point Nemo, almost 3,000 kilometers from any landmass. The area is known for its housing of defunct space junk and has been described as a space cemetery. It's also known as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, or the South Pacific Ocean uninhabited area, as there are no humans for thousands of kilometers. So of course, humans had to make their presence known in some form or another. NASA has claimed that it's pretty much the farthest place from any human civilization you can find, which begs the question as to why they can't just leave it that way. As the ISS will soon be defunct, the new plan is to buy space and time for space scientists aboard commercial spacecraft from companies such as SpaceX. The ISS can be proud of a job well done and will be fondly remembered for laying the groundwork for all future space exploration. What do you make of this news? News of a terrifying megacomet now. Stay tuned. In something straight out of a movie script, it has this week been revealed that a megacomet, which measures more than 80 miles wide, has been discovered. The Hubble Space Telescope noticed the 500 trillion-ton comet, named C2014UN271, Bernardinelli Bernstein, more than a decade ago, but the sheer scale of the object has only been made public this week. The center of the comet is thought to be around 50 times bigger than any other known comet and is easily the largest NASA has ever seen. But could it hit us? Well, it is heading this way, and it's currently less than 2 billion miles from the sun. But NASA has reassured worried space observers that it poses no threat to us, thankfully. The US government space agency went on to say it will never get closer than 1 billion miles away from the sun, which is slightly further than the distance of the planet Saturn. And that won't be until the year 2031, which doesn't sound close, but when you put it into the context of the vastness of space, it's basically next door. It is thought to be almost as wide as the UK country Wales, and is around 100,000 times bigger than comets found closer to the sun. And one specialist, Professor David Jewett, who authored the study, has claimed that there are much bigger comets out there, which is absolutely terrifying. What would be the first thing you did if you knew a comet was heading our way? And finally, a new planet discovery. Of course, we love finding out about new spacey things. And what better than the discovery of a new planet? A team of observers from Jodrell Bank Center for Astrophysics has recently discovered a new planet which orbits a star around 17,000 light-years away, which is almost identical to Jupiter in our own solar system. K2 2016 BLG0005LB is almost the exact same distance as Jupiter from its own sun, and also has an almost identical mass, which is basically the universe's version of the kids' card game Snap. The exoplanet and its surrounding system was found using a technique known as gravitational microlensing, which sounds way too technical for us. Dr. Eamon Cairns, principal investigator for the Science and Technology Facilities Council grant that funded the work, said to see the effect at all requires almost perfect alignment between the foreground planetary system and a background star, which just shows how pinpoint these guys have to be when conducting their research. What do you guys make of this one? Let us know down below. As always, thanks for tuning in today, and remember to join us next time for some more fun reveals. And why not do us a solid and like and share today's video, as well as subscribing to our channel if you haven't done so already. Adios, amigos!